Sabali sisters who are very good and you're familiar
Sure.
with them. Satu in particular, what challenges does she present?
I mean, as we know, Satu is dynamic. We saw the year she had last year in the WNBA, and just as kind of coming into her prime as a basketball player, and length, athleticism, great will to get to places that she wants to get to. And tough matchup for sure.
What about Niara? I think she's expected to play even though she sat out the other night.
Yeah, playing well. The game that she went out of, she was playing great. It's another player that different than Satu, obviously positionally, but possesses athleticism, length. Again, great will to get where she's trying to go. Rebounds the basketball, can play from the perimeter, to make drives, and just they're both a handful.
On the men's side, there's a lot of NBA stars playing throughout the Olympics. On the women's side, not quite as many. How do you think the W can become like a more international?
I'm not understanding that. You said that the NBA has...
There are a ton of NBA stars playing on the men's side in the Olympics.
We don't have WNBA stars playing in the
Not as
Olympics?
many. Not as many.
So who are the stars?
No, for international teams, for other teams. Like there's Satu,
I see.
there's Niara.
I see, for other countries.
Gabby. Yeah, for other countries.
So
sorry.
globalizing the game is the
Yes.
question. Okay, good.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, I was trying to understand. Like, we have a lot of our stars here.
No, yeah. They're here.
Who's not here? I understand the question. Globalization of the game, that's our next step, right? So if you look at the journey of the NBA, obviously they're a more mature league, many more years behind them, and everything that they've done is sort of what's next for us. And that is absolutely the case with the globalization of the game. The longer that the league is around and the more that the players from other countries are coming into the league, which is valuable. I know that the WNBA franchises find international players valuable to roster development. And so I think as long, the longer we go, the more we're going to see that, just like we see in the NBA.
And there's obviously a lot of kids at the hotel. You are a mom too. What is that like, just to have that, like to show other athletes like that you can do both? You can be a working mom.
I think it's been a great development in our league. When I think about when I first got in the league, we didn't have a lot of it. I also think, again, just the longer the league is around, the more we're understanding how we can navigate these spaces. We're evolving as a society, I think, in terms of what's acceptable, what women can do, and women are obviously, showing us that we can be anything and do anything, and we do. The harder it is, the more women are stepping up and doing it, and pretty incredible, for childbirth and to be, elite athletes, and the sacrifices that are made, the support that these players have to be able to do it. So I think it's great. There's nothing like having kids around. There's nothing like having families around.
As someone who navigates it yourself, did you give like the younger moms any tips going into this Olympics? Like it's Fee's first time doing this.
No, they don't want tips from me. Fee and I obviously met back when we were going through Minnesota. We had conversations about what an incredible journey, and I knew how to support her. Since I didn't go through childbirth myself, but I understood the journey, and so, but I'm sure that the mothers have talked quite a bit.
Coach, you already really all remained on top in the best position.
I think we still have so far to go as a basketball team. I'm finding us in games, and we're not executing at a high enough level, either game plans or even in our half-court execution, because we know the further we go along, the more difficult it's going to be to get the easier baskets, whether it's transition or offensive rebounds. And so we have a long way to go, so it's not hard for me, to challenge them to be more focused. Hopefully they recognize, that we're not even close. And so we've only got a couple more days of practice on this journey where we can get good quality work. Today's one of those valuable days, and hopefully we'll improve as we compete against Germany tomorrow.
Since you've already clinched for the quarterfinals, is there going to be any change? You're resting certain players?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. We have, again, we are still evolving as a team, and we're not happy with exactly where we are. We're still finding ourselves. We're still finding our rotations, and we obviously want to win the game.
And how's Brittney doing in the days since the news from the prisoner swap? How's she doing?
She seems to be doing well. I know she was extremely happy with the news, but it certainly takes you back. I think there's a lot of things over the last few weeks that have taken her back to a really challenging space. But I know Brittney's got a great deal of support around her, and but every time you see Brittney, like it's incredible. It's incredible who she can be, and the light that she gives off, given all that she went through.
Sabrina, the other day Cheryl was talking about the advantage that Team USA has because you and Stewie play together in New York. Obviously, Chelsea and Asia play together in Vegas, and she was saying, I see it in Sabrina's eyes. She's coming up the floor. She's always looking for Stewie. Is that right? And can you tell us a little bit about when you are on the floor with her? Are you constantly, where she's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm always like looking for her. I think there's just this chemistry that's already built that we don't really need to work on. That just allows me to know where she's going to be. It allows her to understand passing lanes and where she needs to be in order to get the ball, and I think that's helped with us playing together. Obviously, you're able to see Chelsea and Asia do that as well. But I think it also gives us an opportunity to build chemistry with a lot of other players because we have it, and so it's been really fun to obviously have one of my teammates here that I can just continue to roll with as the season goes on here.
What do you think about Germany? You obviously are very familiar with the Savali sisters going back to college, and they are stars in the W, and you play with Yara. What challenges do they present?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to be able to play against them here. We played against them once in London, and they've been playing really well, so it's really exciting to be able to see that. Obviously, I've known them for a really long time, and have been teammates with both of them and am teammates with one of them now, and so just proud of them. Obviously, it's an honor to represent your country and being able to be at the Olympics. I know how much it means to them and their families.
They have had Germany, they've never been here before, and then suddenly they're 2-0. Have you been talking to Satu and Yara, texting with them, or are you just giving each other space right now?
No, I mean, I think we're just so busy. Not really, but I think they know how much I root for them and, want to see them win. And, I was talking to them before we left, just kind of understanding, anything can happen once you get here, and just put your best foot forward. And hopefully they don't get another win tomorrow, but really cool to see how much they've just improved from, where they've been.
Any pressure in a game 3 situation where both you and Germany are 2-0 in the standings and you're fighting for that first top seed?
No, definitely not any pressure. I think just understanding we have to be better than what we've been and continue to build. Not being satisfied with being 2-0, but wanting to kind of finish the job here, and being able to get one more win is just as important as the last one.
Have you been traveling from Lille to Paris for all the matches? Have you been living in this situation? Would you prefer to play just all the matches in Paris?
No, I mean it's been great. Obviously understanding that we're having to go back and forth, but it's been really seamless. Travel has been amazing, and just being able to play out there has been fun. Obviously, there's 27,000 fans when we go and play there, so last game was amazing, and just the atmosphere that presents.
Sabrina, I've asked a few of the moms on the roster if they had to hire one of their teammates to be the nanny. Who would it be? You were the winner, far and away.
Thank you.
What is it like to have all these? Obviously, none of them are yours, but to have all these little kids running around at the hotel and just being with you guys?
Yeah, well, I take that. I don't take that lightly, so thank you. I appreciate that. But I love all the kids. I feel like I'm a kid magnet. But it's been amazing. I mean, to be able to see, first off, what all these moms are able to do in terms of be on the court, be fully present, trying to win a gold medal, and then they go back to the hotel and they're full-time moms. They don't get a break. And it's really, really, amazing. You can't really put into words, how strong these women are. And so being able to be there and watch that is absolutely amazing. But I love the kids. So the hotel's been really fun. It's been loud. There's a lot of toddlers running around, and I feel like it just it gives a good atmosphere for everyone. She can do everything. She's a 6'4" wing guard that can rebound and push it down the floor. Obviously, I was teammates with her for 3 years, and so I obviously speak really highly of her. But I think everyone understands how dominant she is, and she's kind of got her legs under her from missing some time with injury, and we have to come out and play her, really strong, not one-on-one, but as a team.
Have you been able to watch any other USA team sports, any sports you would like to mention?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching as much as I can. I want to go attend. I just haven't had the chance because of how much we've been going back and forth. But like gymnastics has been absolutely amazing. I heard from some of the men who went the other day that the atmosphere, being able to watch, was something you can't even put into words, and so that's been really cool to see. But my family went yesterday to water polo. They've been going all around, so I got to try and catch them and be able to attend a game as well.
As a duck, shouldn't you want to go to track?
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to track.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting up, so I'm going to track, that's for sure.
Sabrina, what does your necklace say?
Geppetto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
Well, Kiki, you get to play Germany, which has some WNBA players that you are familiar with. What challenges do the Sabali sisters present for you guys?
Shoot, more than the Sabalis, even Fibic, she's a baller, and Peterson. I mean, Peterson's a WNBA player, but she hasn't just come over. She's been overseas a lot, but she was in our training camp and kicked my butt. So I'm very aware of just a lot of the talent that they have, and they're a very good team. They're playing at an incredibly high level. So yeah, we definitely have our work cut out for us.
When you talk about, she's a W player that just hasn't come over, how do you think, on the men's side of the Olympics right now, the game is really global. There's a ton of NBA stars playing for other countries at these Olympics. Not as much on the women's side. Do you think that's important for the W to globalize more and be like the NBA in that regard?
Absolutely, and I think that we're getting there. Obviously, like the Olympics takes it to another level, but yeah, it just shows the amount of talent we have all over the world and how deep it is, right? And someone like Peterson, I mean, All-American in college, certainly could be, I think, a starter for any WNBA team. So yeah, it just says a lot about the game and how it's growing, and people are starting to pay attention, so it's pretty cool.